This brief introductory video will introduce you to the Congressional COPD Caucus and will provide you with more information on what a caucus is and why they are important. What is a Congressional Caucus? Caucuses, or more traditionally known as Congressional Member Organizations, were first introduced in 1959. They can include a group of elected officials who meet to pursue common legislative objectives or topics of interest. A caucus can be composed of exclusively Democrats or Republicans, or it can be a bipartisan initiative. Caucuses can be found in federal and state governments. A congressional caucus is usually formed surrounding a specific issue that members care about. For example, there is an education caucus, environmental caucus, hockey caucus, and health issue-specific caucuses such as the COPD caucus, Asthma and Allergies Caucus, and Leukemia Caucus. Right now, on the federal level, there are over 700 registered congressional caucuses in the House and 87 in the Senate. How do they work? All congressional caucuses must register with the Committee on House Administration to exist. A caucus does not have a limit on how many members can join or participate. The average membership is 21 in the House and 9 in the Senate. Elected officials can also join as many congressional caucuses as they wish. The number of meetings held per year where caucuses get together is entirely based upon the group members' wishes. One thing to note is that caucuses are not allowed to use taxpayer funds for their activities and are not allowed to accept gifts or goods from any group or individual. What is their purpose? Although a caucus cannot draft legislation and cannot pass bills, they can be very influential and important groups. Some of the main roles of the caucus can be to share information, affect public policy through advocacy efforts, advance legislative priorities, and educate their colleagues on a specific issue. A caucus can help spread and create awareness of issues to other members through congressional briefings, dear colleague letters, and non-legislative hearings. What does the Congressional COPD Caucus do? The goal of the Congressional COPD Caucus is to unify the advocacy voice of the COPD community. They are a bipartisan membership with the goal to support legislation that creates positive national COPD policy. In the past, the advocacy from members has led to successes in new federal regulations to ease air travel for those with supplemental oxygen, passing legislation to make pulmonary rehabilitation a permanent benefit for Medicare beneficiaries, and much more. They are currently working on spreading awareness about the COPD National Action Plan and working on the specific action plan goals and tasks. How can you advocate? How can you make COPD issues a priority in the House and Senate? Ask your U.S. Senators and House of Representatives members to join the Congressional COPD Caucus today. The more voices we have in support of COPD awareness and legislation, the stronger the caucus will be.